Alright, today we are continuing polynomials and this time doing synthetic division. Alright, I need to make sure we are paying attention to this. Okay, please pay attention. This can be very confusing if you don't know how to do it. Make sure you take notes and make sure you are practicing by doing your worksheet. These are the steps. Yes, there's 8 steps. Step 1, you create an L. Step 2, you use the opposite number outside of the L. This will make sense in a second. Then step 3, write the coefficients inside the L on the top row. Then step 4, drop the first coefficient number in the L to below the L. Then step 5, multiply the outside. Then step 6, add the column inside L and repeat 5 and 6 as needed till we get to the end. Again, that will make sense in a second. Step 7, circle the remainder. And step 8, write the final answer starting 1 power down from the dividend. And that will make sense in a second. All right, so we see number 1, it says divide, and we have a whole bunch of terms. Step 1, we create an L. All right, write an L. Then step 2, use the opposite number outside of the L. All right, so we look at this last number here. We see that as a -2. So we bring it out here, but it becomes a +2. All right, then step 3, write the coefficients inside the L on the top row. So we're looking at the coefficients of this number, this big term on the left side. So we have x cubed, that coefficient is 1. We have 5x squared, that coefficient is 5. Then we have -7x, that coefficient is -7. And then we have, sorry y'all, someone stopped by. I just want to make sure where I'm at. It probably didn't seem like it, but I had to pause the video. So I see, oh, I'm writing the coefficient. Sorry about that, y'all. So 1, 5, -7, and then we see this 2. The coefficient of 2 is 2. All right. Then our next step, it says we drop the first coefficient number in the L below the L. So our first coefficient is this 1. We bring it down here, and it goes right here. That is it. Okay, we're already halfway done. Then step 5, it says multiply the outside. Okay, so we multiply the outside. 2 times 1. We write the 2 here. Then our next step, because they kind of go together, 5 and 6 go together, it says add the column inside the L. So 2 times 1 was 2. 5 plus 2, I'm just writing a little plus, 5 plus 2 is 7. We need to do that so we can multiply next. The next one, like it says, we multiply the outside. We're not going to do 2 times 1 every single time, right? 2, 2, 2. That's not how we're going to get an answer. We multiply 2 times 1 to get 2, right here. Add the 2, 5 plus 2 is 7. Then we do 2 times 7 to get our next number. 2 times 7 is 14. Then we see -7 plus 14 is -7. Or excuse me, it's +7. Sorry about that. -7 plus 14 is a +7. So it happens to be the same number that we just did. 2 times 7 is 14. All right. And that equals 16. Then our next step, after we added it, we're going to circle the remainder. We don't know if there's a remainder yet because then it says write the final answer starting 1 power down from the dividend. So we see the dividend is the first one. So x3 plus 5x squared minus 7x plus 2. So we see it starts with x cubed. So we're going to write it down 1 down from x cubed, which is x squared. We see the first coefficient is 1. So that's going to be 1x squared plus 7x plus 7. And now we see this 16, we're going to circle it because that is our remainder. And then so we write it like this, plus 16 over x minus 2. Where we got x minus 2 from was, that was the divisor, x minus 2. Whenever you have a remainder, y'all have done this with just numbers before, all we're adding is a variable. Your remainder is like, you used to get a remainder like 3 over 4 because we were dividing by 4. So our remainder here is 16 over whatever this divisor was, okay? X minus 2. So that is our remainder. So once we do step 7 and 8 kind of together, the way I like to find the remainder and check to make sure I'm doing it is, like it says, write the final answer starting 1 power down from the dividend. So 1 power down, we see it started with x3, x cubed. So our answer is going to start with x squared. So we take this first coefficient, move it down here, 1x squared. Then this 7 comes down to be 7x plus 7x. Then this 7 moves down to become plus 7. Once we get to the number, we know anything left over is the remainder, and this 16 is the remainder. So then we do plus 16 divided by x minus 2. And that is it for synthetic division. Like I said, it's not that hard. There's just a bunch of steps. All right, we're going to do another one. All right, so we have 2x to the 4th plus 12x cubed plus 21x squared plus 14 plus 15 divided by x plus 3. As we can see, this one's going to be a lot, okay? So I'm going to draw a long L just in case. All right, that's our first step. Our second step, again, is to use the opposite number outside of L. So this is a plus 3. So when we bring it out here, it's going to be minus 3. That's it. All right. Then we write the coefficients inside the L. Let's write all the coefficients. It starts with 2, then 12, then 21, then 14, and then 15. Okay? Then we drop the first coefficient down here, 2, and then from here we're multiplying the outside and then putting them on the bottom row and adding them. So negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. 12 minus 6 is 6. Negative 3 times 6 is negative 18. 21 minus 18 is 3. Negative 3 times 3 is negative 9. 14 minus 9 is 5. Negative 3 times 5 is negative 15. 15 minus 15 is 0. All right? We can see right now, just looking ahead after the way we did number 1, this 0 means there's no remainder. But let's check to make sure that's right. All right, now we assign each of these coefficients to the new answer, and we make sure to drop down 1 in our exponent. So it was x to the 4th, so our answer is going to start with x to the 3rd. So 2x to the 3rd, that's done, plus 6x to the 2nd, plus 3x, plus 5. And our remainder, now we see that's confirmed, our remainder is 0. So this is our final answer. That wasn't so bad. Just make sure you know the steps. This is going to take a lot of practice. Okay? Soon enough, it'll be like a habit. You'll know, boom, move the 3 out to make it negative, write the coefficients, multiply the outside, add them up, and then you're done. All right? One thing I want to note, I won't do another problem because I know the video's a little long and I want you to get to your work. But if you notice on the second page, it says step 3 in an asterisk. It says use a 0 for any missing powers in the dividend. So in number 3, the coefficients will be 1, 0, negative 17, and 32. So if I write this, I'm just going to set it up. This 5 comes out here negative. Now we go in exponential order. This x cubed is 1. Then our next coefficient, there is no x squared. So what is the coefficient for that? 0. That's what they're saying. So as we see in number 3, it goes from x cubed to just x. We don't skip x squared. We just write that coefficient as 0. Then negative 17, then 32. All right, we drop this 1 down here. 1, negative 5 times 1 is negative 5. Then 0 minus 5 is negative 5. Negative 5 times negative 5 is a positive 25. Negative 17 plus 25, I guess I am doing the problem. Negative 17 plus 25 is 8. Negative 5 times 8 is negative 40. All right, and then 32 minus 40 is negative 8. We can already tell this one's probably going to be the remainder, but let's just check. Now we write it in coefficient form, going down 1. So we see the highest exponential form. Down 1 from the exponent. So we see the highest exponent is to the third. So we start 1x squared minus 5x plus 8. And then our remainder is negative 8 over, again, what we find as our remainder is x plus 5, so we just move that down here, x plus 5, and we are done. Again, I wanted to set it up just to show you what to do when there's no x squared. The coefficient is 0 down here, all right? But I ended up solving it anyway just to show you how easy and simple it was, okay? Like I said, the more you practice, it's going to become boom, boom, boom for y'all. All right, complete the worksheet. Tomorrow we'll do another worksheet. Like I said, practice makes perfect with this lesson. All right.